Great Britain beat Serbia 2-0 in the playoff after Konta overcame illness to beat Krunic, and Boulter earned a classy win over Djordjevic. Great Britain Fed Cup team, @BritishTennis on Twitter. Johanna Konta picked herself up off the floor, literally, to beat Alexandra Krunic 7-6, 1-3, 6-6, to seal a 2-0 victory for Great Britain over Serbia. The Brit, 27, won the third set after an extraordinary moment between sets when she fell to the ground on the walkway leading to the court and looked very unwell. For a time it seemed like she would not continue, and the BT Sport commentators speculated about who would take part in the decisive doubles. However, Konta returned and somehow managed to play good enough tennis to win the decider 6-2. "I'm feeling pretty rubbish, but it's okay," the British number 1 said in her on-court interview. "Honestly, the only thought I had was that if it was me out here then it would be another obstacle. For Krunic, I had to make sure she had to win it. I had to understand my limitations quickly and try to bring the most out of myself with what I had." Johanna Konta, @BritishTennis on Twitter. Konta continued, "I zoned in on looking at the ball, which enabled me to strike it and place it where I wanted to. When the Brit went down a break early in the first set, it looked like she might have to mount another comeback and win in 3 sets. However, she quickly put a stop to that kind of thinking by breaking back in Game 4 and then trading blows with Krunic for the rest of a very even first set. It concluded with 4 consecutive breaks of serve and a brilliant tie-break from Konta when she did everything right to win it 7-1. The second set was closely fought once again until the Brit visibly started to struggle from 3-3 onwards. She eventually lost at 6-3 and it soon became obvious that she was exhausted. Boulter produces a classy display to beat Djordjevic. Katie Boulter, @BritishTennis on Twitter. Katie Boulter continued her perfect start to her Fed Cup career with an excellent performance to beat Ivana Djordjevic 6-4, 6-3. The Brit, 22, played aggressively from the start as she sought to avoid another lengthy 3-set encounter after competing in long matches on both of the last 2 days. And her approach worked wonders as she stormed into a 3-0 lead courtesy of 2 breaks of Djordjevic's serve. The Serb fought her way into it by getting one of the breaks back and then trading breaks with Boulter, but the Brit served well after that and wrapped up the set 6-4. It was a closer contest for much of the second set and the scores were level after 6 games. But the world number 83 then found another gear and won the next 3 games, despite obvious fatigue, through a potent combination of big hitting and determination to clinch victory. "Oh my god, I'm close to tears right now," Boulter said in her on-court interview. "It's been a really long week. I knew this match would be really tough. I grew up with Ivana, so I knew she was a very good player and I was going to have to bring some of my best game out." The Brit continued, "It means everything and so much more to win 4 matches for my team. I put everything on the court and so much heart. It means so much to me. I spent a long time off the court due to illness, and it made me realize how much I love the game. If you stick at something and do the best you can, I think literally anything is possible." Captain Kiathavong pays tribute to her stars and the fans. "It has been an unforgettable week," Kiathavong said in an on-court interview. "Everyone has made it so special for the team. The guts, the courage by Joe and Katie today. Physically, if I could tell you what's going on behind the scenes, these girls are so strong. I don't know what to say. I'm just so proud." Johanna Konta hung on to secure a tense 3-set win over Anna Bindar that booked Great Britain's place in the playoff against Serbia. Johanna Konta, @BritishTennis on Twitter. Johanna Konta battled to a 6-2, 6-7, 1-7, 6-4 victory over Anna Bindar to secure Great Britain's in the playoff against Serbia tomorrow. The Brit, 27, drew on every ounce of determination to withstand the brilliant assault from the Hungarian in the second and third sets. It made for a compelling, if predictable, spectacle, as Bindar went for everything when serving and returning. Konta dug in, mixed up her approach and eventually outlasted her. In the first set, it looked like it would be a comfortable win for the British number 1 when she took the first set against Anna Boulter 6-2 in just 31 minutes. But nobody foresaw what happened next. The Hungarian, 21, who is ranked 224 in the world and competes almost exclusively in ITF events, raised her level to new heights. Consequently, the second set was extremely competitive. Boulter saved 3 break points in the first game and then served impressively to stay level with Konta at 4-4. The Brit then earned 3 break points at 0-40 on the Hungarian serve, and it looked like the match was as good as over. However, Boulter was having none of it. She saved all 3, as well as a 4th, and then held again to take the set into a tie-break. The Hungarian then played an almost perfect tie-break. She won at 7-1 in front of an increasingly astonished audience to take the match to a decider. Konta holds firm amid Boulter onslaught. Nothing much changed in the final set. Boulter carried on playing superbly and Konta stuck with her, and consequently it went all the way to a tie-break once again. At this stage, the Brit did not take any risks. She hit the ball hard, but well inside the court, and the Hungarian made just enough errors to give Konta a hard-fought win. The reason why I was on the ropes was because she played amazing tennis, the Brit said in her post-match interview. I am very fortunate to have come through that. If anything, I think it was my experience which got me through, which she will get in time, Konta continued. That was just another incredible match after Katie's. She had a big battle too. I am speechless a little bit. I am still trying to come down from it. Boulter shows her fighting spirit again. Katie Boulter, at British Tennis on Twitter. Boulter's match was almost as dramatic, and it followed a similar pattern. It looked like she would win easily when she raced into a 5-1 lead in the opening set. However, Golfi has demonstrated to everyone what a good player she is with emphatic straight sets victories over Kaja Juvan and Valentini Grammatikopoulou this week, and she suddenly found her rhythm and started to fight back. At the same time, the Brit suffered a slight dip, and the Hungarian quickly dragged the score back to 5-4. The next game was a nervy affair. Boulter earned 6 set points but repeatedly missed her first serve when she tried to take advantage, and Golfi capitalized to return the score to deuce each time. The Brit missed her first serve again on her 7th set point, but the Hungarian finally sent a ball long to give her opponent the first set. After an early exchange of breaks, the second set was totally dominated by serving. Both players held easily to take it to a tie-break, and there were 6 love holds along the way. Boulter slipped 3-1 behind in the tie-break, before responding well to move 4-3 ahead. However, Golfi sent down a few huge serves and got the mini-break she needed to win at 7-5 and take the match into a decider. Boulter produces her best when she needs it most. The decider was unbearably tense. Boulter fell a break behind at 3-2 and looked very tired. But she showed against Grammatikopoulou that she will never give up, and she drew on that same fighting spirit once again to break back immediately. Both players had a couple of chances to break in the next 2 games, but neither managed to take advantage of a break point, and they did not get any more chances before the scoreboard rolled along to 6-6. This is when Boulter showed why she is seen as a rising star in the world of tennis. Despite her fatigue, she played a near-flawless tie-break to win at 7-1 and secure a priceless win. "Oh my god, this is everything to me. This means so much," the Brit said in her post-match interview. To the crowd, "Thank you so much for helping me out. I was not calm at all. I wanted to see the last ball go out so I knew I had won. My heart was pumping so quickly. As it was late at night, the tie was already over, and it would not have changed anything in the group table. The doubles was cancelled." Serbia stunned Croatia in an exciting clash earlier in the day. Serbia beat Croatia 2-1 in a thrilling tie. Olga Danilovic, 18, was the star. She edged out Janifet 2-6, 6-2, 7, 6, 7, and then partnered Alexandra Krunic to a 1-6, 6, 1, 6, 4 victory over Daria Juric and Anna Konta in the decisive doubles. In between those matches, Danilovic underlined her status as Croatia's #1 when she beat Krunic 1-6, 7, 5, 6, 1. Johanna Konta led by example with a battling display to see off Greek #1 Maria Sakkari and secure victory for Great Britain. Johanna Konta, at British Tennis on Twitter. Johanna Konta fought back from a set down to beat Maria Sakkari 3-6, 6-2, 6-3 and give Great Britain an unassailable 2-0 lead against Greece. The Brit, 27, looked to be the weaker player in the opening set against the rising star from Athens, who struck the ball cleanly and took her chances well. However, the world number 39 is an experienced Fed Cup campaigner by now, and she turned the match around very impressively, to get the win for her team. "I don't think there's much better than that, in this kind of arena, in front of this kind of support," Konta told FedCup.com. "I've played on all the center courts at all their Grand Slams, but this is definitely what you look for in a match. You look for a competitive match against a really great player. You look for it to go the wire, and you look to be in front of a crowd that are so behind you and so invested in the match and who are living it with you. It was a complete pleasure to be out on court." Konta shows her grit early in the second set. The Brits' prospects looked bleak as she immediately went down a break and seemed a little disconsolate. But if Konta was feeling pessimistic, she shrugged off those negative thoughts quickly and battled her way back into the set. The 2017 Wimbledon semi-finalist broke Sakkari twice in a row to move 4-1 ahead. She then almost won her 5th consecutive when she had 4 break points on the Greek serve. However, the world number 39 hung on, despite a disagreement with the umpire, and managed to put Konta under pressure in Game 7. The Brit held firm, and then broke Sakkari again to take the set 6-2 and send the home crowd into raptures. Both players gave it everything they had in the decider, and the first 5 games took over 20 minutes to complete. Then Konta took charge as she broke the Greek and quickly finished off the set 6-3. Boulter digs in to secure important victory. Katie Boulter, at British Tennis on Twitter. Katie Boulter was also given a tough task by Valentini Grammatikopoulou in the opening singles rubber of the tie as she recovered after losing the second set to win 6-3, 4-6, 6-3. The British #2 made an excellent start to the match. She broke immediately and served well to win it comfortably in just 34 minutes. However, the Greek produced an inspired fight back in the second set, and it soon became apparent that Boulter had a real match on her hands. When Grammatikopoulou went 2-0 up in the decider, the situation looked dire for the Brit. But he never gave up, and soon earned a couple of break points in Game 4. The world number 171 saved them both, along with 2 more, before Boulter eventually took the 5th to level the match. She then ground out a hold to move 3-2 ahead. Unfortunately, her delight was somewhat marred by an unsavory row involving Grammatikopoulou, Greece captain Anastasios Spivelis, and the umpire about what the player believed were unfair line calls. "This umpire was not so good, so I'm really disappointed in that in Fed Cup," Grammatikopoulou told the Daily Mail. "It's really unfair to play like this." Now the momentum was with Boulter. She used it well to break the Greek again in the 6th game, and then held her nerve to secure 2 holds and seal a vital win. The doubles had a tough task to try and live up to those dramatic singles matches, but Katie Swan and Harriet Dart performed impressively again to beat Anna Arkadiano and Despina Papamikil 6-1, 6-4. Hungary beat Slovenia to go second in the other Pool A tie. Hungary eased to a 3-0 win over Slovenia to set up a shootout for top spot with Great Britain on Friday evening. Dalma Golfi gave her team a perfect start with a 6-1, 6-4 thrashing of Kaja Juvan. Anna Bindar backed that result up with an impressive 4-6, 6-1, 6-4 defeat of Dalila Jakupovic and Reka Lukiani, and Adrian Nagy completed the whitewash by beating Nina Potočnik and Nika Rada 6-7, 6-3, 4-6, 6-2 in the doubles. Croatia overcome Georgia despite resting star player Vekic. Croatia beat Georgia 2-1 to set up a Pool B decider with Serbia, but they almost paid for their decision to allow their best player Dana Vekic to sit out the tie and rest. The tie started well for Croatia as Ana Konju beat Mariam Bokvadze 6-4, 6-3. But then Janifet took Vekic's place and lost a marathon match 4-6, 6-3, 7-5 to Katarina Gorgadze. Consequently, the Croatians asked Konju to join Daria Juric for the deciding doubles. However, it did not look good for them when they fell 3-1 behind to Gorgadze and Oksana Kalashnikova. To their immense relief, Konju and Juric found their form and leveled the set at 5-5. Then Konju turned on the style as she hit a series of thunderous winners and excellent touch shots around the net to help her team win 8 of the next 9 games and close out the match 7-5, 6-1. In the other Pool B tie, Serbia thrashed Turkey 3-0. Ivana Jorovic beat Shala Bukakchai 6-2, 6-3, Alexandra Krunic edged out Pemra Oskin 3-6, 6-4, 6-2, and Krunic and Olga Danilovic eased to a 6-2, 6-3 win over Berfu Senges and Ipek Soilu in the doubles. Great Britain beat Slovenia 3-0 in the Fed Cup after Katie Boulter won in straight sets to get them off to a perfect start. Katie Boulter, at British Tennis on Twitter. Katie Boulter won 6-4, 6-2 on her Fed Cup debut to set Great Britain up for a comfortable 3-0 victory over Slovenia in their opening Pool A match in Bath. The Briton, 22, seemed a bit nervous early on as she labored to her first hold. However, once she settled down, she looked in irresistible form as she brushed aside Kaja Juvan. Boulter took her first breakpoint of the match to forge ahead in Game 5, and then held serve easily in the rest of the set to clinch it 6-4. The world number 83 then turned on the style in the second set. She served well, finished points clinically at the net, and hit a host of superb winners from both wings. It was the perfect start to the week for Britain, and Boulter beamed as she thanked the crowd at the University of Bath for their raucous support. Konta battles to 10's victory. British number 1 Johanna Konta did not make her match against Dalila Jakupovic look so easy. She eventually won 7-6, 6-2 after an unbearably tense first set when both players struggled for consistency. In a sign of things to come, the Briton dropped her serve in Game 3. She then broke back immediately by winning a marathon game that lasted over 10 minutes. Konta then moved 4-2 ahead with another break, and the heavily partisan crowd visibly relaxed. However, they were soon feeling uncomfortable again as the Briton meekly surrendered her advantage in the next game. The rest of the set was frankly ridiculous, as both players hit some excellent winners and made several puzzling errors. Consequently, there were 4 consecutive breaks from 4-4 to 6-6 which set up a tie break. More drama ensued. Konta seemed down and out when she fell 4-1 and 6-3 behind. However, she refused to give in and hustled Jakupovic into a couple of errors to draw level at 6-6. The Slovenian saved one set point at 6-7, but the Briton took her second set point to win the tie-break 9-7. When the higher-ranked player wins a tight opening set, the second set is often much easier for them, and that is exactly what happened here. Konta seemed more confident and twice broke Jakupovic to love the lead 4-1. The Serb showed some resistance in the remaining games, but it was too little too late as the Briton wrapped up the set 6-2. Swan and Dart serve up doubles. The light Katie Swan and Harriet Dart, at British Tennis on Twitter, with the tie over. Katie Swan and Harriet Dart took to the court to face Jakupovic and Juvan in the doubles. buoyed by their teammates' victories, the British pair produced an excellent display to beat the Slovenian pair 6-2, 6-2 in just under 90 minutes. Swan was playing her first Fed Cup doubles rubber and Dart was taking part in her first Fed Cup match of any kind, but neither showed any sign of nerves as they raced into a 5-0 lead. The Slovenians then gained a foothold by winning the next two games, and they briefly raised hopes of an unlikely fight back when they earned 2 break points in Game 8. However, the Britons held on to clinch the set 6-2. The second set followed a similar pattern, as Swan and Dart went a double breakup, only for Jakupovic and Juvan to peg them back to 4-2 once more. But the British pair were in no mood for a lengthy set. They broke the Slovenians again and won a lengthy 8th game on serve to finish off the match and the tie.